Hey, what's going on? This is Michael Walker from Modern Musician, and in this training, we're going to officially launch your StreetTeam so that you can build a thriving community of fans who are engaging with your music. So the StreetTeam community is going to give you a safe place that you can share new music, demos, do live streams, and things privately without necessarily having to release it officially. Especially if you're just starting out, putting yourself out there is kind of scary. And if you have a safe testing ground where you can share new ideas, then it can be really valuable for you to kind of incubate new songs and demos and get feedback before you officially release them. Also, the StreetTeam community is going to allow you to build a deeper relationship with your fans. You're going to be able to have different channels that are private that you communicate with different levels of fans based on what rank they are in your StreetTeam. And it's also going to allow you to integrate with the StreetTeam software so you can run challenges and supercharge your releases. We have a 7-day music release challenge. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to geek out and dive in today. Part of the reason that I'm doing this free course is because I'm looking for new artists to mentor personally. The goal is to build a profitable funnel that allows you to focus on your music full time so that you can wake up every day with messages from new fans who are discovering your music, who are genuinely enjoying it, and you don't have to rely on just the same friends, fans, and family to listen to your music. My band Paradise Fears, we went from a point where we lived in our van to releasing an album that hit #2 on iTunes and touring worldwide with about 24 million streams on Spotify without a record label, independently. When I started my family about 5 years ago, I was kind of like a basketball player who became a coach. I started this business, Modern Musician, to be able to coach and help other artists to be able to build a successful music career. In the past year alone, our artists have generated over 96 million streams with their music. They've hit $2.6 million in revenue from their music. And we had an artist whose album hit #1 as a singer-songwriter on iTunes as an independent artist. So if you're interested, you can submit an application to work directly with me and my team. We have about 29 coaches now. They really enjoy using all these tools and basically helping to build these systems for you. We do have a limited number of spots that we can work with. And so we have to be really selective with who we bring into the program. Right now, we bring in about 800 applications per month and narrow it down to about 25 to 30 artists to work with. In order to be qualified, really the 3 main requirements are that one, you need to be at a point that you've already recorded at least one high quality song that you feel proud of, that you're ready to promote. It doesn't have to be released. It needs to be at high enough quality that can be competitive. Requirement number 2 is that you need to have a healthy budget to be able to invest into your music career. And we're going to be using a lot of really awesome tools and running different types of campaigns. And so my recommendation would be to have at least $1,000 per month, like minimum, that you can invest into creating a profitable music career. So it's something that you need to be serious about, like actually pursuing this full time. Requirement number 3 is that you need to be coachable, willing to take action really quickly, and to do what we guide you to do. If you think that you might be a good fit, you can submit an application. If you make it to the next step in the selection process, then one of our talent scouts will get on a strategy session with you to learn more about your situation, your goals, and your challenges, and see if we would be a good fit, and to create a custom game plan for you based on your music and based on your situation. All right, so your StreetTeam community, for a long time, we did this in a private Facebook group that would be a place where you could do live streams and you could post daily. And yeah, I like using private Facebook groups for it. It's still a great platform. But recently we've actually been experimenting and exploring using Discord communities to do this. And Discord's a really cool platform, and it can actually integrate directly with our StreetTeam software. So that's the template that I'm going to share with you today, is directly through Discord. And you can actually just create and duplicate your own server. So ultimately what it's going to look like when you sign in is there's a Discord server that has these different channels on the left that allow you to actually segment. So if someone ranks up in your StreetTeam and they unlock the silver, the gold, or platinum benefits, then you can actually have different channels here that are exclusive to them based on the ranking that they made. There's also the ability to do private live streams and to do voice channels to connect with fans. It's a really cool platform. So you can do it on Discord. Also feel free to use whatever platform you want to do a private community. Anything works fine. But the idea is that with your StreetTeam, you probably want to come up with a name for it. To start out with, you could call it something really simple, just your name, StreetTeam, or your name, private community or exclusive community. But long term, you could also create a special name for your fan base. For Paradise Fears, our fans called themselves the Turtles. It was like this inside joke. It's kind of a long story, but there's a SeaWorld turtle naming contest that our fans caught wind of. And I remember seeing the post and I was like, what should we name this turtle? And it was like Bob, Jerry, Nick, Paradise Fears, Paradise Fears, Paradise Fears, Paradise Fears, Paradise Fears. Yeah, so they ended up naming it Paradise Fears, and they like flew us out to hang out with this turtle in SeaWorld, which is like a funny story because they were called the turtles and they identified with it, and there's like a sense of pride, and it's like, are you a turtle? I'm a turtle. You know, if there's a name like that your fans end up calling themselves, or eventually like you can kind of be creative and come up with something like that, awesome. But my recommendation if you're just starting out is you can just call it your name, StreetTeam. I would also recommend creating some sort of welcome video post when they first join. This is a really important spot where like they're kind of onboarding, they're first joining the community, where there's a big leverage point. So here's an example for you. You basically say, hey, welcome to our community. So glad you're here. Thanks for supporting my music, connecting with me, and give them a few next steps to officially get started. Having something around getting notified, I think, is a really valuable first step for them to take. Marking off their calendars for regular live streams that you do to perform your music, I think is a super valuable one as well, is doing a regular live stream. Asking them to introduce themselves and just say hi, super valuable initial action that people can take. And lastly, letting them know that they can claim their welcome gift if they haven't already. So when we walk through your starter pack free plus shipping offer in the next couple of videos, then you're gonna see how that works. And the action step for this training is to officially create your Discord community group. So the way it's gonna work is if you copy and paste that link, then it's gonna bring you to a page that looks like this. You can choose your own server name. I might call it Radioactive Robots Street Team. And when you create that, it's gonna actually just right away create all those channels and everything set up for you so that you can create your community through here, and you can start incentivizing, rewarding your fans who are in your street team for taking those different fan actions and ranking up. So the action steps are: 1, creating your community group, whether you do it through Discord community or Facebook group or any other social media platform, and 2, making sure to post your welcome message. Then the other action that I would take is to start playing live shows, right? So maybe to schedule your first live stream. This is part of a longer form strategy we call your artist showcase. You can have a live stream that you do regularly where you perform your original music and you share the stories behind what inspired the songs. You share your core story about what inspires you and your music in general. Everyone has a hero's journey. You could read Joseph Campbell, A Hero with a Thousand Faces, but if you can learn how to tell that story for yourself, it's super powerful. So my recommendation is to schedule your first show, and then in the next video, we're going to walk through how to start scheduling meet and greets and the Intune process so you can connect more with your fans and turn them from a casual listener into someone who's actually an engaged fan who cares about you and your music. If you found this video valuable, if you could do me a favor and smash the like button, subscribe, then that lets the algorithms know that this is something valuable for you and that you want more. Otherwise, if you'd like to cut to the chase and want to save as much time as possible, then there's a masterclass that we created called the Modern Musician Masterclass. It's about 2 hours long that literally summarizes all of the entire free course into about 2 hours of action-packed, valuable nuggets of wisdom. It walks through the 5 steps to explode your fan base, make a profit with your music online. Really the main requirement is that you have at least one song that you've already recorded, that you feel proud of, that you're ready to share with new fans, whether it's been released or not. In that training, we're going to give you a bunch of resources and tools that help you to build your fan funnel, along with a spreadsheet for tracking your metrics, and we'll walk through the top 4 offers that we recommend making so that you can generate your first $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month or beyond with your music career. Ultimately, I think it's just going to save you a ton of time, money, and energy. We've invested over $738,000 in the past year alone to learn what's working best right now for independent musicians. And you're going to be able to learn in like 2 hours everything that I've learned in the last 11 years. You also learn how to avoid the most common mistakes that the majority of artists are making nowadays. If that sounds interesting to you, then click on the description below where it says join the masterclass. And otherwise, I'm super excited to, in the next video, walk through specifically how to start having conversations with your fans, both in terms of like Messenger and also one-on-one through Zoom conversations. It's gonna be awesome. I will see you there. Yeah!